Good morning, all of you. We'll start the inaugural procedure in a few minutes. Good morning, all of you. On behalf of Chalapati Institute of Engineering and Technology, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, I welcome you all for the AICTE sponsored National E-Conference on Recent Advances in Computer Science and Engineering 2020. This is a very big occasion for us, as this is a AICTE sponsored conference we are conducting, and we have a very good response from all the participants. We have received a total of 84 papers, out of which we have selected 43, and there are participants from 12 different states. The conference proceedings is published in IJMTST with the ISSN number and DOI, and it is a peer-reviewed journal, and extended versions are published in ABDU Journal of Engineering and Technology, which is a UGC care list journal. Once again, on behalf of Chalapati Institute of Engineering and Technology, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, I welcome you all for this auspicious AICTE sponsored conference. In this regard, now I request our Secretary and Correspondent, Sri Y. Sujit Garu, to address the gathering.
Thank you very much, Kiran Garu. Is my voice audible?
Yes, sir.
A very warm welcome to everyone on this conference. Good morning to you all. First of all, I would like to thank AICTE for giving us an opportunity to present this National E-Conference on recent advances in computer science and engineering. I thank all the advisory committee members, technical committee members, judges, and participants from several institutions who have shown keen interest in joining and being part of this national conference. I also thank all our convener K. Kiran Kumar Garu and the rest of the supporting faculty who have taken effort in order to commence this conference. Again, a very warm welcome and good morning to you all. First, I would like to talk a minute about the current situation. I pray and I wish all of your family members and loved ones are in safe hands and in a comfortable situation. If there are any who is suffering, I wish and pray that they recover soon. Using these recent times, it is the best way that we can continue the academic activity through these e-conferences, and we are glad to be part of such effort. I hope all the participants who are in this taking part in this conference would have an enriching learning and a very good experience out of this conference. Thank you one and all for participating.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now I request our principal, Dr. M. Chandrasekhar Garu, to address the gathering.
A very good morning and hearty welcome to all the participants of this National E-Conference on recent advances in computer science and engineering 2020. First of all, I would like to convey my heartfelt thanks and warm greetings to my management for their constant support and encouragement at all times to complete my endeavors. I think this is my responsibility to appreciate and congratulate the convener of this event, Dr. K. Kiran Kumar, HOD CSE department, and his team members for his valuable commitment and dedication towards the organizing this national event. And also extend my greetings to the team members of CSE department who are in the forefront of arranging seminars, workshops, guest lectures, hackathons, and social service events throughout the academic year. Computer science is one of the leading branch in existing engineering and technology courses, in which many developments took place in the recent years at a very rapid pace. As such, it is essential for all computer science engineering professionals to keep abreast of the research and development going in the outside world. Proper plan is required for every individual for selecting suitable research areas and sharpen their innovative ideas in order to have a better career growth. Some of the topics that will be covered in this conference will be much useful not only to computer science professionals, but also it is useful to all the other engineering professionals who are there in different applications for example, social networking, cyber security, information security, artificial intelligence, and Internet of Things. So the advisors committee for this e-conference consisting of Professor Dr. E. Srinivasa Reddy, Dean of Academics, ANU College of Engineering and Technology, ANU University, Guntur, and Professor B. Iswar Reddy, Director of Software Department, Director for Software Department, JNTU Anantapur, and Dr. G. Varaprasad, Professor in CSC Department, BMS College of Engineering and Technology, Bangalore, and also Dr. S.K. Nazir, Professor of CSC Department, Bapatla Engineering College, Bapatla, who are pioneers in their respective areas of specialization, and they are acting as a guides for PhD scholars and experienced academicians. And the details of the conference will be given by our convener, Dr. K. Kiran Kumar. And our college was established in the year 2007 by Chalpati Educational Society under the chairmanship of Sri Y.V. Anjaneyulu Garu. Ours is an NAAC and NBA accreditation college. So this year we got autonomous status for 10 years. And in this regard, I would like to appreciate the services and cooperation is given by our young and dynamic secretary and correspondent, Dr. Sujit Kumar Garu. So, and his services will be useful in order to bring this college to the next higher levels. And I once again invite all the participants of this e-conference, and I hope everybody is enjoying for these 2 days of conference. So, and be safe and stay at home during this pandemic situation. So be careful about your belongings and your behavior in the society. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. And now I request our IQAC coordinator, Professor N. Satyanarayan Garu, to address the gathering.
Okay, I am unmuting myself. Am I
Yes, sir.
audible
yes, sir.
now?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Okay, my dear participants, I once again welcome on behalf of our Chalpati Institute of Engineering and Technology all the participants for this national event. Our principal has covered many of the areas, the purpose of the thing and how it is going to be useful and all. The only point I want to make is one issue. It is not a new thing, but the one point I want to make this one is in tune with our national mood. Whatever developments we are doing, I request all of you people who are doing this research or developing applications and all, more useful to the common man. That is one aspect. And second important thing is, why our apps are not very popular. See, when I contacted some of the computer science experts and all, they say, for example, Zoom is very popular. Whereas we are also in India also, we are having some other thing, but that is not as popular as Zoom. So I request you people to concentrate on that type of issues. Why? Whether it is a marketing problem or whether we are not spending sufficient time or our people have to be made aware that Indian things are also as good as other things. Like this, you people, I request all the stalwarts, who are participating in these things and I'll address this thing and then see that we also develop international quality apps and then projects. That is one thing. Then final point, one more point, what I want to say is, see, many of the apps, whatever you say, I'm a common this thing, I'm not a computer science expert, but at least I know in general by my ISRO experience and all, I know all branches of engineering, how things are going. See, whenever we see some of the applications, whether nationally developed or American things or international thing, they are available only in European languages. They are not available in Indian languages. If you know very well, many of our Indian languages, whether it's Hindi, Telugu, Tamil, Marathi, or Kannada, or this, they are all, the number of people are much more than some of the European countries. That's Czech language, or Slovakia, or this Swiss language, or Norwegian, like this and all. So you people like you who are in the forefront, we take pride, our Indians are in the forefront of computer science. So I request you people, whenever you develop your things, you please see that they are also developed in all our, respective local Indian language also. That way, if you do whatever services you are doing, you will be doing more service to the society, and more people will be able to benefit it. So with this, I will conclude my remarks. I expect a very nice seminar, and which is going to be fruitful to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, let me introduce about the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. The Department of CSE was started in the year 2007 and has successfully integrated the years of excellence and still incomparable. The department is accredited by NBA. The department offers BTech program in Computer Science and Engineering with an annual intake of 180, Computer Science and Information Technology with an annual intake of 60, Computer Science and Engineering with Artificial Intelligence with an annual intake of 60, Computer Science and Engineering with Data Science with an annual intake of 60. And we have an MTech program in Computer Science and Engineering with an annual intake of 18. The department has strategically gained experienced faculty members. The department has acquired in conducting guest lectures, workshops, student paper presentations, and conferences. In the pandemic period, we have conducted 20 different events for the faculty and student fraternity. The Department of CSE encourages students to participate in various extracurricular activities and competitions held by other universities and colleges within the state as well as out of the state. The students have won laurels to the college by winning prizes in various competitions. The Department of CSE has an association named CSE Tech Wings, which works for the overall growth of the students. The department also has a CSI student chapter. Now coming to the conference, so we have totally received 84 papers, out of which 43 papers are selected for oral presentation in this conference. And I thank AICTE for sponsoring this conference. And coming to the schedule of this conference, we'll have a guest talk on day 1 by Mr. K. Kartikeya Kumar, Cybersecurity Advisor, Assistant Vice President, K3 Consultants, Hyderabad. So after that, we'll have 2 parallel technical sessions, technical session 1 and 2, which will be conducted parallelly. And in the afternoon, again, we have 2 more technical sessions, technical session 3 and 4, which will be conducted parallelly. And tomorrow at the morning, we have a guest talk by Mr. Santosh Tumma, Technical Lead, TCS Hyderabad, and followed by the technical session number 5. So I thank our management, our chairman, sir, Sri Y.V. Anjal Garu, our secretary and correspondent, Sri Y. Sujit Garu, our director, Sri D. Vinay Kumar Garu, our CEO, Dr. B. Ravindra Babu Garu, our principal, Dr. M. Chandrasekhar Garu, our IQAC coordinator, Professor N. Satyanarayan Garu, for helping us in organizing this conference, as well as for supporting us for the entire conference. So thank you so much. Now let me introduce the guest talk by the resource person for the guest talk, Mr. K. Kartikeya Kumar, Cybersecurity Advisor, Assistant Vice President, K3 Consultants, Hyderabad. Mr. Kartikeya Kumar, he is an international trainer, HR analyst, cybersecurity advisor, and leadership coach. He completed his MBA administration from Sri Venkateswara University and Bachelor of Business Administration from Madurai Kamaraj University. And he was a member of certain professional bodies, associations like member of Hyderabad FinTech Forum, mentor Vikas Varadi TV Connect program, member Hyderabad Management Association, member Indian Society for Training and Development. He worked in several companies like Cardis, Kadanti IT, Genpact, Alekia HR Consultancy, K3 Consultancies, etc. Now, I request Kartikeya Kumar Garu to Now I request Kartikeya Kumar Garu to continue with the guest session. Thank you so much, sir, for accepting our request and coming as a resource person for this guest talk.
Thank you so much, sir. Hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir, you are audible. You can share your screen, sir.
Yes, sir. Sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Very good morning to one and all. And before I start, go ahead and start the discussion. Let me first of all congratulate the entire team of Chalapati Institute of Technology, like the one of the finest seminars they are doing today. So hearty congratulations to the entire management of this institution, and also being autonomous. So a great work. And I'm sure all the students and the participants from this particular conference and from this particular institution would have great benefit and would also have a great future in the forthcoming years. So before I go ahead and start the session about cyber security, that is what we are going to talk about. So I have been primarily working for the last 17 years on various fields. Like I was a Java programmer initially when I started my career, and then I've been into BPO sector for some time, and then I came into training. I've been in training for the last 12 plus years now, and presently I'm working as assistant vice president of K3 Consultants, who are into a management and technology consulting company. So we are based out of Hyderabad, and we are a team of 78 people supporting companies and institutions in India and abroad. So this is in brief about me. So I'm very happy to get associated with this seminar today, and glad that the first talk is mine, and one of my most favorite topics, because I primarily deal with two areas at present. Technology wise, I'm into cybersecurity and data analytics. Non-technology into HR management. And that's my core area. So before we go ahead and start discussing about what exactly is cybersecurity, what are the things we need to learn, I've been watching. I've been a part of various committees and various professional bodies across Pan India, and I've been in a couple of meetings with various colleges in board of studies also. So there are very few institutions who have come forward to have their updated curriculum on cybersecurity, data analytics, artificial intelligence, and all these things. So during this pandemic time, in the last 3-4 months, I'm very glad to say that we conducted over 150 plus webinars for closely around 75 institutions across Andhra, Telangana, Maharashtra, and then Haryana. So these are the 4 prominent states from where we repeatedly had colleges and participants. So my majority of the focus has been going on cybersecurity, because if you look at the trends and the market standards of cybersecurity, or even data science or data analytics today, for the next 10 years, it's a written document that you don't have any tension or worry with cybersecurity, because that's one job which has a continuous work, I should say. Today, being in Hyderabad, I proudly say that there are only few companies which are still operating. Many of the companies are working from home, but there are still certain companies which are operating from their prime location. And those who are working on this from their location are none other than the cybersecurity experts. I don't know how many of you know about this, but during the last 4 months of this, the cybersecurity challenges, pandemic challenge, many of the startups and many of the companies had the cybersecurity issues, and they have been just, they came across a lot of challenges. It's like uh, a lot of financial frauds, a lot of data theft, a lot of security breaches, and all these things. Now we, from our company, we started giving security for other companies as advisors, like what is it they're supposed to do, since they're all going to work on a remote basis. They're not going to see live, they're not going to be live. In fact, many of the BPOs are working from home. So looking at why I'm discussing all these things before I get into the topic is that cybersecurity is never ever a small thing, and please never ever try to take it very easily. There's a great future if you're good with C++ programming, if you're good with Java programming, if you're good with coding, if you think I'm good at logical thinking, if you're an out of box thinker, thinker and all these things, yeah, whatever you are, you still have an option to work in cyber field. But there is something which is different from the normal learning. So what is that something, and what is that we are supposed to learn, and how is that we are going to take it forward, is what we are going to see today, right? So going ahead, see, when we talk about cybersecurity, it is very simple. A general layman definition would be nothing but protecting electronic devices and associated data and information. Today, if I have to protect my mobile, if I have to protect my system, if I have to protect an institution, okay, because now the entire world is running through online. 90% of the world is connected through web. Now the major the major factor or the crucial factor here in this today's generation or in this pandemic time is how secured are your devices, or how secured is your data, how secured is your information. The biggest challenge is, even after giving a lot of fraud alerts, even after saying, conveying a lot of messages over WhatsApp, SMS, and all these things, still people are going forward without applying some senses, and they're getting themselves stuck. Who are they? What type of things are getting into frame? What are the challenges we have? What sort of career you can make out of cyber security? All these things we are going to see today. When we look at our modern life today, friends, the major factor, there are certain factors which are a part of our daily life. We cannot live without an email today. We cannot live without a mobile. We need a corporate website for a company. Social media is something where we live and die with it. E-commerce is a biggest thing today because no one is going for a physical shopping. It's all online. So e-commerce has a boom. Online banking. Out of 10, only 4 or 5 are going to a bank today, even those who are not aware of online. Network management in terms of your own networks, backup and remote access. There are a lot of challenges, a lot of things that we need to really look into, because trust me, more than 92% of the millennials today, they sleep with their mobile phones. They're just addicted to social media. They can't live without a phone or without a social media platform. The moment they get up, I'm not sure how many of you look at your parents' face or a God's photograph, but many of us, first of all, the moment we get up, the first thing we look at is at our mobile. How many likes, how many shares, how many comments. The only problem is that we being humans, we know a lot of things, but we don't know how to use what. A mobile, a social media, a corporate website, or anything through online. It is not just an entertainment. We made the learning into entertainment. We made the security into entertainment, and that's one of the reason why we are all getting into the glitch of security. That's one of the reason why we are all into the challenge of we are not able to control our habits or our likes. We are ready to delay our food by 1 or 2 hours, but we are not ready to delay any post to be done on Facebook or Instagram or anything. The reason why I'm talking about all these things is in the last 4 months, I have come across more than 200 plus cases where youngsters are getting into a trap. My dear friends, there are a lot of games which are just a trap. Don't even get into that gaming. The moment you start gaming, if some gaming company is asking you to pay the money for the gaming, don't even do that, because that's from your credit card or debit card, and that will have an auto debit option. If someone says there is an app which gives you instant loan, they don't even know who you are. They'll tell you like, we'll get you an instant loan. Just upload your Aadhaar, PAN, etc., and you'll get 20,000, 10,000, 30,000 immediately, and you can pay it whenever there is. Who will give you? Not even our parents will give us when we ask for 100 rupees, right? They'll ask 100 questions. If you go to a bank for a loan, they don't give you directly. It takes 2-3 weeks to inquire everything. And how come you can get something on a phone within 5 minutes by just uploading 2 documents without knowing who you are? The biggest clue is, if they're asking you to pay some money for getting the loan, it's the biggest fraud. Especially girls, stop uploading your photographs on WhatsApp or Instagram, your personal moments, anything, because I'll let you know some of the cases which happened on a real time. So the primary objective of cybersecurity are 3 things: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So confidentiality is nothing but how securely you can keep your information or anything. Your password is a confidential issue. Your credit card information is a confidential issue. Your bank details are confidential. In fact, your personal photographs are confidential. So protecting information from unauthorized access. If you're not following this confidentiality, it's like while going out of station or while going out, it's like giving your house key to an unknown person and saying like, okay, you take care of the house, which is absolutely not correct, which is seriously not a right choice. So confidentiality is very important, and that's what we are going to, we need to primarily focus on what needs to be done. We cannot just say like, okay, I'm happy or I'm very confident that my data is secured. How many of you know that our data is being sold out at a cost of 4,500 rupees? Our each mobile number goes for a sale. How do you think your Airtel number or Geo number or Idea number goes to an unknown insurance company or unknown third party bankers, and then they give a call to you and say, do you need a loan? How do they get to know about you? How did they get your contact? This is what happening. Wherever you go, don't drop your printout copy of Aadhaar, PAN, or bank details anywhere. If you carry document, if the work is not done, carry it back with you or tear it into maximum pieces and then put it into a dustbin, because there are a lot of frauds happening with that, Xerox copies also. Don't leave your photocopies anywhere at the Xerox shops or outlets. If they don't need the document, just keep it with you. Carrying 1 or 2 papers is not a heavy thing, but if you leave the document over there, trust me, it is going to lead to some security issues. Second one would be called as integrity. Integrity is nothing but protecting information from unauthorized modification. So payroll process, like where we process the salaries and all, and the product design, as our IQAC head was talking about. There are a lot of products that are designed in India, but still integrity issues and confidentiality issues are still there. Why Zoom has become so popular? Even today we are talking about Zoom, we are working on Zoom, we are using Zoom. I have done more than 150 plus webinars on Zoom. I was paying for that. Even after having Cisco WebEx, we have a Geo app, and we have Air Meet, and then we have Google Meet and all these things. The only reason why still people are running behind Zoom is that it's only because of the user-friendly environment, number one, and the kind of advanced security features that they have equipped after pandemic. After pandemic, many people asked me, Karthik, is Zoom really secure? On a day, I used to get 50 to 100 questions. In fact, many of the government projects and meetings are happening on Zoom. Within a span of 15 days, Zoom has released so many patches, so much security that no other application could give. It's absolutely a fantastic job that what Zoom has done. And today, I don't know how many of you read the newspapers and Zoom has decided to establish their office in India and hire the people from India. That it means you are going to be more secured and more, protected. It's not like other apps are not so not so tough. They're also easy. You have Microsoft Meetings, you have Cisco WebEx, but what is the data security? What if someone can modify your data? Okay, see, if someone tries to change your house key, it is something an integrity issue. You logged with one of the key, and when you came back, you see another lock for that house. The biggest example, I'll tell you what many of our friends and many of us will do, even faculty, we leave our laptops locked. We don't lock the laptop, we leave the data open, we leave everything and open, we walk around. What if somebody connects a pen drive and copy your information? What if someone tries to delete your information? Never ever leave your desktop or laptop without locking it. Because today it might be easy for you. Tomorrow when you join a company, that's one of the biggest crime. If the company found that you did not lock the laptop and walked out from the desk, you will start getting warning letters, because any manipulation can happen. And that's one of the crucial thing where we are not entertaining any integrity issues to happen. Number 3, availability, preventing disruption in how information is accessed. For example, your customers are not able to access your online services. When you launch something online, you should be very confident or ensure that the testing has been done so successfully that your customers are able to take any of your online services. It can be banking, it can be online shopping, it can be any such portal from where you say that you can access all our services here. If I say, you guys, you can just use my YouTube link to join the session and you can listen to my classes. But what if the link doesn't work? That it means what we said is not what we gave in availability. Ensure whatever you say is available and people are able to get it. Now, when we talk about caring in terms of cybersecurity, why is that we need to care certain things? Phishing attacks, ransomware, hacking, imposter scams, environmental events, a lot of things are happening. See, very recently I had one of the business fellow who spoke to me saying like, Karthik, we are a real estate company and we are a huge company across AP and Telangana. Unfortunately, we don't have, I mean, we failed to have our antivirus license checking. So the antivirus was not working on my computer, even though it is a licensed one. They did not check that. And the moment it got expired, exactly on the fifth day after the expiry, their entire system has been attacked by ransomware, for which the ransomware attackers demanded a huge money. And they just decrypted the entire thing into such a way that it's really a very complicated thing for anyone to encrypt, and it's not so easy, because we as a team of 6 experts sat and then we finalized that it is not so easy to actually pull out all that information. Make sure that you're not responding to any such fraudulent emails about jobs. Neither TCS nor Infosys nor any of the companies will not ask you to pay anything upfront for any jobs. None of the companies will ask, right? If somebody is asking you, then try to inquire about them. So do not respond to any email which says you have won a lottery, so pay us 20,000 and get your 1 crore lottery check. Go and ask if once you see that email, go and ask your parents, get me 500 rupees. The first question you'll get is, why should I give you, and what do you want to do with that 500? I mean, that's the only thing what we get from the parents, right? That's the question. Now, when the parents they themselves are not giving us, how do you think some unknown fellow will give an iPhone? Some unknown fellow will give you 1 crore. Some unknown fellow will say that, I'll take you to some other island for entertainment. They're all phishing emails or fraud emails, Nigerian frauds, hacking. As I was telling initially, you know, uh, gaming is one of the biggest tool these days in during pandemic, where people are getting badly hacked. Gaming is really the big tool, because lot of games have come up on Google Play Store and other Play Stores that you don't know what you're downloading and you don't know what you're paying for the game. Trust me, guys, do not pay any money for gaming. Don't run behind those cards games or racing games where you are asked to pay some money and then do this. It's a fraud. Why the hell you need to pay money for them and then get into a heck of nuisance? And the other way of hacking your systems, do not open any emails which are really suspecting. That's why when you open your Gmail, there is a subject line. Read the subject. If it is not relevant, don't even do that. Okay. If you're a boy, if you get a nice email saying like, hey, I'm so and so, a girl with a girl's name, and I'm waiting for you. I'm just 36 years old or 30 years old or 26 years old. Click on this email to connect to me. The moment you click it, you'll not connect you'll not get connected to the girl. Rather, you will get connected to that hacking fellow who will keep monitoring your website. I mean, computer. You don't even have a clue. You'll not even get a clue that you are being monitored. What will happen then? All your internal system information can be seen. Don't even click on any ads that scroll on the left or right of the websites. And please do not give your computers or laptops or mobiles to the children if you have got your bank account information or anything on that particular computer. Because just because of the hacking, they can get into your system, they can find out your bank details, and that's more than enough for them to do anything. Environmental events, imposter scams, there are different sets of scams that are happening. And it can be a natural calamity. Even during a natural calamity, people are exploiting. Very recently, there was a fellow who said, I'm trying to raise the funds for those who are running behind pandemic situation. And when the inquiry was done, he did not give the funds to anyone. He was just using those funds. Ensure you're helping someone. Ensure that you know them very personally. Ensure that you're not going to be with someone who is unknown and who's just trying to take your money out of it. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. This is a general framework. I'm not going to describe anything because we have a very limited time of another half an hour. So I don't want to take anything in detail, but I'm going to help you all to understand what is this framework all about. There are 5 factors here in this: identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover. This is the standard framework for cybersecurity. So once we start using this, I mean, we'll get to know about everything right now, right? So now, before we go ahead with the rest of the things, let me tell you these tips. Number one, be careful of your email attachments, web links, and voice calls from unknown number. Do not respond to an email which says, you know what, you just won a lottery or you have a job opportunity. This is from Tata Consultancy Services. You will, I mean, you send us 20,000 as a security deposit. You will be coming by air and we'll pay you your air ticket. You'll have an accommodation for interview in a 3-star or a 5-star hotel. First of all, without knowing you, who you are, how can someone give you all these options or offers? So it's very, very important that we are not supposed to do all these things. Do not run behind some free iPhone. Do not spin every wheel that you see in the advertisement. Do not run around everything. Do not say like, yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm not going to do that. Because every moment of your life, what you're trying to be is all under surveillance, my dear friends. Surveillance is one of the biggest thing. And if you're not monitoring, I mean, if you're not careful, like if you're going under someone's surveillance, then you're getting into a trap. Number two, do not click on a link or open attachment that you're not expecting. Use separate personal and business computers, multi-factor authentication. I don't know how many of you change the passwords very frequently. See, I say that passwords are like socks. You should change your socks every once in a week. Okay, because I'm sure you all must be knowing the story of a secretary who was with Jawaharlal Nehru. Once Jawaharlal Nehru asked the secretary to change the socks because they were badly smelling. And the second, I mean, on the third day, the guy again came back. And again, Nehruji says, I asked you to change the socks and you did not do that. And the guy says, no, sir, I did it. Then why did the smell comes again? I mean, why we are getting a bad order? And he says, sir, even though I have worn the new socks, I wanted to ensure and create a belief that I'm changed it. So I'm carrying my old socks still in my pocket. You know what will happen? This is what happens with us. We change a password, but that password after 2-3 times, it will be the same old password what we started using. Never ever have your password so easy. Make it as much complicated as possible, and never save the passwords on computers. Save it in a personal diary. Do not save it on mobile. Do not save it on notepad in a desktop or a laptop. Not even on Gmail or any mail. Anything can happen. Any attack can happen. So never ever dare to do that. And every 15 days, change your password, because tomorrow, once you start working in corporate companies, the first thing happens is you'll have an email for every 15 days, okay, saying your password is about to expire, change the password. And if you don't change the password, your system will get locked, and it's a big heck again to reach the administrator. You have to write multiple emails to get your system unlocked. And in fact, that's another negative thing that happens in your development. Do not download software from an unknown web page. Never give out your username password. A lot of us do this. A lot of us have this habit of sharing our passwords and usernames, even whether it is about a bank or whether it is about a Zoom account or anything. Kindly, friends, you must have a very good friend. He might be a nice friend to you, but still, never ever share your username password, because tomorrow something goes wrong. This fellow will say, that day you took my username password and you did something on my account. Absolutely not good. And again, this is the biggest fraud. This is the biggest ethical issue in companies. You're not supposed to share your username, password. Not even once you get your offer letter, you're not supposed to even share your offer information, that I got so much of package and how much did you get. Never ever do this. This is the biggest fraud. Do not share it. Do not keep your pattern locks with someone. Do not keep your passcode with someone. It's your username, it's your password, and just let it be with you. That's more than enough. And the last one is consider using a password management application. And most important thing, guys, never ever download. I see a lot of friends doing movie downloads from movie rules, etc., etc. Yeah, everything comes on Amazon, everything comes on Aha, Woho, whatever the apps we have. Why is that we are going into a third-party website trying to download a pirated version, along with which we don't know what else we are downloading? And the moment you do it, a lot of cookies will be there. These cookies will come into your computer and they will allow the other illegal aspects to get into your system or your device. And that's more than enough, guys. I mean, these are some of the things which we really need to look into. See, these are the things, whatever you see on the screen, these are the standard challenges we have. Hacking, spying, data theft, takes time to identify the criminals, application, browser security. Whenever, like during the pandemic, the beginning of the pandemic, I had a lot of calls from Germany, Netherlands, in fact, many people from India saying like, Karthik, is Zoom so secured? One thing you remember, friends, we can give security for any application. We can give any security for a browser. We can give a security for the device. But when the criminal mind is beyond all these things, we cannot give any security. Your browsers are secured, Zoom is secured, Geo is secured. But how is the data going out? When we researched and investigated, the one way what we found is people have very smartly started recording the entire screen, not just the window, the entire screen. That's how, when the university classes were going on in Germany, after 1 week, all these recorded Zoom classes were being played as it is in Netherlands in a different class. They were shocked to see that we did not allow these videos to go out. Who did it? Because I'll tell you what, spying is one of the biggest thing that is happening these days. You'll be with a team of 5 people. This happens even with our friends. You'll be with a team of 5 people, and you don't know who is spying whom, who will be carrying what information to whom, who is dealing with what. Do you know how many of you think your phones are getting recorded? What if someone is tapping your phone? How do you get to know about it? We don't know, right? So be careful. Be careful. That's what I said in the beginning. You are in a world of security. At the same time, you are in a world of highest risk. Never ever try to take anything easily, because you don't know who is monitoring you. It's not like, see, the biggest problem with this particular generation or the youth is that they get everything, replicated from the film industry. They see a movie and they want to do that. One of the student has called me and said, sir, I wanted to monitor my friend's email ID and see what is happening inside that. I said, why do you want to do that? It's a crime. And he says, no, sir, something is fishy. I wanted to do that. Can you help me to crack the password? Even a girl called me recently and she said, Bhaiya, this is what the problem is. I want to locate the phone number. And I said, I don't want to do this. And she says, no, I want to do it unofficially. Because if you want to get someone's email password, if you want to get someone's phone location, if you want to get someone's information, there is a procedure called filing a complaint officially and let the police department do it. Because it's not like a token or a movie ticket that will be given by anyone. There's a proper security protocol to be followed. So never ever share your phone numbers, never ever share your mail IDs. And my simple advice, guys, forthcoming days are all going to be Zoom classes. So from today, it can be management, it can be students, anyone. If you want to run online classes, if you want to ensure your original data is safe, secure, your systems are safe, the first thing I suggest is create a dummy Gmail ID and give it for all those who wanted to have an online class. For example, if you're a student, log into Zoom with a dummy Gmail ID. Why I'm saying this is, even if it's a college, see, if you're logging into Zoom with your official mail ID or the Gmail ID where you get all key information or important data, documents, and all these things, what if something goes wrong? Your entire data is in someone's hand. But if you create a dummy Gmail ID, it is just used only for online classes. Nothing much. There's nothing more than that. Just, even if somebody hacks that email ID, they cannot find anything other than an invitation for Zoom. Now you are safe, your data is safe, your mails are safe, the content is safe. So this is something we need to really look at. We are coming to an end. So why is that we need to learn cybersecurity? Because when we talk about cybersecurity, there is a huge potential outside the market. In fact, I'm in the process of establishing a couple of cybersecurity labs within the colleges, wherein already 2 colleges have come forward to do this with us, and we are going to establish advanced cyber security and digital forensic lab with them. So I'm in the process of going with this. We have collaborated with 7 companies across India and Germany, and now we are going to come up with our own different startup. which is completely into AI and cybersecurity. The reason why I'm telling is the next 10 years, if you're getting into cybersecurity, the next 10 years is going to be, it's a legal document that you're safe and secure. Let anything come, unless or until, unless or until the earth is totally, a gaia, like it's no more. Till then, your job is safe. No other, I mean, that trust me, no other profession has got such a security, because today, even if a bank has to work securely, the cashier has to give the cash properly, the accounts have to get tallied properly. There is a one team sitting on the backside and monitoring all these things. That is what we call a cybersecurity team. So there are ample opportunities. If you see on the screen, there are ample opportunities, and the salaries you get it are really, really different. As a fresher, you can expect maximum 3.5 to 4.5. But if you're into cybersecurity, like if you're a networking expert, if you're information security expert, if you're into database administrations expert security, and then if you're into forensic, if you're into crime analysis, all these things, your salary range starts a double of what you're expecting. Trust me, it is happening. You can get it from IBM, you can get it from Cisco, you can get it from any top-notch company like Tech Mahindra. They're really paying the fat checks. They're not just giving you a small check. So lot many opportunities are there, lot many options are there where we can really go ahead and then try to work on this. As a fresher, at this point of time, if you want to get into the world of cyber, what are the options we have? Number one, you can be a system administrator, you can be a database admin, web developer, network admin, whatever you see on the screen, IT technician, security admin, network engineer, computer software engineer. When I said all these things, one of the students asked me, sir, all these things are regular things. How are these going to be useful in cybersecurity? Absolutely. See, analysis and analytics are different. And these things, whatever that you see on the screen, okay, these are, I mean, these have been there already in the market, and people have been working by doing various certifications like CCNA, CCNP, and then a DB application certification, and they have got the Oracle certification and all these things. Now, how are these going to be useful in cyber world? Like I said in the beginning, you know C++, you're into this. You are a Java programmer, you're into this. You are a, you know how to maintain Oracle database, you're into cybersecurity, because the developers develop the tools. The database people creates the database, but who is going to give the security for this? And that's you people who are going to do that. Today, if all your bank accounts are secured, that it means it is not just the database team, the security team who are sitting right behind this are ensuring your phone number, your account number, and everything is proper, and no false messages are going to this. I mean, there are a lot of opportunities. If you start looking into network administration, if you are a certified CCNA or CCNP, then trust me, you have wonderful opportunities starting from Cisco, IBM, any banking you take with HSBC, you take with Citibank, you take with ICICI. They all have got wonderful opportunities if you're into any of these mentioned list of things. If you're good with programming, Java programming, if you're good with C, C++, then come up with your own application for the web security. If you know .NET, you create a front end, and then you use Java for the backend, use HTML, XML, and whatever you wanted to do, just do this and then dump it and come up with a tool. So what I suggest all of you is, any career you want to make out of the list what I have shown, come up with a prototype. Just say like, Karthik, this is what I'm thinking about, and this is how we go with this. So we would like to come up with a realistic model of this, for which this is a prototype I have designed. Make a business plan on the paper. Make your, the plan what you have got in the mind on a piece of paper, and just put it when you go for a discussion for being an entrepreneur, or when you meet some corporate, then just take time to discuss about it. Of course, these are the other factors. You can be a computer forensic expert, you can be a CISO, chief information security officer, you can be a pen tester, like penetration testing, not allowing something to get into your device without your permission. It's not so easy. You can be a vulnerability and penetration testing expert, vulnerability audit expert. You can stop, there are a lot of career options you see on the screen. Security consultant. See, I'm currently working as a security advisor for a couple of companies. So what do? I talk to them, I check their framework, I advise them what to do and what not to do. And then I tell them this is the level of your security and this needs to be improved. And trust me, I really charge a lot. I don't do anything for free. I charge and the companies are paying it. The reason why I'm saying all these things is you become an independent consultant and you are going to have something really, really, really good, which you might have not expected. You can make a better career out of it if you're a consultant as well. As a cybersecurity expert, what are our responsibilities? What we do? Cyber incident response. Immediately, whenever there is an incident that has occurred, not incidents. Okay, when an incident has occurred, when there is a situation where we found that something is fishy, then and there, how quickly we can. See, I'll tell you what, guys. The systems are so complicated in our country that that they take a lot of time for any investigation or completion. But if you seriously work on it, it doesn't take more than 1 or 2 days to complete or close any case as such. You know that a cyber fraud has happened. I'll tell you what. I'll give you a small example. Today, if something happens to me on cyber, I get to know that if someone has done some fraud on OLX, they gave a mobile number and they have found they have just tried to do some cheating and they have done it. Now, what are the next steps we have as an expert? With my common sense, if I think, what should I do? First of all, I'll file a complaint. That's any which ways I'm going to do. Now, what are the next possibilities of catching that person? So we'll try to identify the mobile location, how much time the mobile was in that particular location, and what are the other mobiles surrounded to that, and from that mobile number to what all other numbers before 2 hours and after 2 hours of this fraud the communication happened, who are all the people in that particular network who have been repeatedly messaging and talking to this particular number. If I start investigating the things in such a way, they are going to be really easy to identify. Vulnerability and detection assessment. Vulnerability and detection assessment, as I said, VAPT audit. Okay, VAPT audit is something very, very crucial. Majority of the companies needs expert who can do a VAPT audit. I have done over 6 audits till now. I have done over 6 audits. Okay, forget about how much they pay, but the kind of respect you get in a VAPT audit is not so small. You're protecting an organization and the entire financial system and the entire technology system, and that's going to be really bigger. Right? So overall, when I have to say how exactly all these forensic things work, see, keeping the PowerPoint aside for some time, let me tell you, or let me rather ask you, I'm sure I'll be having a permission to interact with students or the participants here if allowed. Am I allowed, sir? Can the students ask or participants ask questions? Hello? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So can the participants take a chance to interact? Can they ask any questions also?
Sure, sir.
Okay, so I'll definitely give an option for the participants to interact after 5 minutes, and then let us see what you wanted to know and how you wanted to get the things done. But before that, guys, let me inform you, because I was talking about certain things in the beginning and I said I'll tell later. I'll tell you some of the cases that happened very recently. The first case during this pandemic I'm talking about, there was a contest called Upload Photos for Women and Girls, photo contest, sari contest. Okay, my most memorable contest like this. So one of the company has come forward and rolled out this advertisement across social media, and every woman, every girl started taking photographs, uploading. That day when I was looking at the status of people, everything was different. I'm not sure how many hours they have spent for the makeup and everything. Wonderful photographs have been taken. Everything have been uploaded. Different ways, different things. Lot of photographs. And when we got to know about the when we just got to know what amount of data of photographs have been uploaded, we found that some terabytes of photos have got uploaded on one day over WhatsApp, over Facebook, over Instagram, over Snapchat, all these things. Now here goes the actual thing. You know what has happened? The company which has rolled out all these advertisements, it is based out in Bangalore. All the women have wonderfully taken photographs. Girls have uploaded it with all different emojis and symbols. This fellow from one of these company, he has used all this data. He has done the morphing and he has uploaded all these morphed photos into a pornography website. And these people got to know that. And that has become a very big headache, especially in Bangalore, in Karnataka. I mean, there were a couple of people who even tried to commit a suicide. My simple question is, why is that we are trying to upload our personal content into someone's computer and show the rest of the world? If you want to share the information to your friends, go meet them, show them on the phone and leave it. Today, if it is a business discussion, it's fine. If it is a personal discussion, we are uploading all our personal things on social media and we say that there is no security. Not even 1, 2, 3. There are some thousands and thousands of cases on the same lines. Number two, one of the cases which happened very recently, a family was leaving their place and this guy who stays in the family, this young kid has uploaded their travel update on Facebook that we are leaving today, we are flying from here to there, and he kept on posting. I mean, he kept on updating. Today we are here and we are landed here, we are driving here, etc., etc. So the one who monitored this very closely also verified and got to know that there is nobody at their home and everything is properly logged. The robbery happened the next day, and when they came back, they found that the house was completely empty, valuables have gone. And when the when the entire investigation has been done, that's when the most important clue came out. The fellow got to know about all these things just because of our wonderful idiotic update on social media that all of us are jointly going somewhere. Why is it we wanted to do? See, you must have got very personal moments. You must be very happy to share things with everyone, but do not share it in such a way where someone takes a chance out of it and say like, okay, now we have something to do here. Why is that you need to do? Many people ask me, Karthik, you don't put anything on you know what do you say, status? You don't use any status. You're not active on Instagram, you're not active on Facebook. Yeah, I'm not active on Facebook. You see, I will be active on Facebook or Instagram only when the day I have a session, I have something to post about my trainings. That's it. See, it's like, I'll tell you what, cybersecurity example. When you give a Mercedes Benz to a fellow who doesn't even know the value or usage of it or how to drive it, there's no point of giving a Mercedes or a Range Rover or a Land Rover or anything. For such fellows, even Maruti 800 is more than enough. Even for that, they are not suitable. Because why I'm saying this is, you are in a world of happiness. We are all in a world of online. We are all in a world of surveillance, and we don't know what exactly happens. So be careful. Do not upload every single personal photograph onto social media, and do not expect likes, comments, and shares. If you want to put yourself on social media and keep ensure that people are watching you, put it on a knowledge level. Post something which others can learn from you. Post something where others can appreciate you. Post some of your passions. If you are good with photography, post that photography thing. If you are good with writing, be a blogger. If you are good with speaking, make some videos on YouTube and let the people learn from you. But not just like, taking selfies ulta pulta and then running here and there, and just all these selfies are killing people like anything. And most important thing, never leave any clue for anyone saying like, I'm open for hacking. Do not download all useless games. Do not download any such app which you're not sure of or authorized. Do not click every link that you get on email. Do not see, if you get a call from a bank asking for a OTP, immediately disconnect the call. Call the bank and say, this is what I've got, and is this true? Because no bank will call you and ask for a OTP. A lot of things are there, guys. So ensure that you can make a better course, do certifications in cybersecurity. There's a wonderful career out of it. Just we need to take some time to sit and learn all these things, right? So that's all from my side. Any discussions or questions from your side, I'll be glad to answer. Participants can either ask the questions, or are you typing on the chat windows? You can use the chat box if you have any questions.
If you have any questions, you can raise your hand or you can type it in the chat window. If you raise your hand, we will unmute you.
Yes, that would be good, sir.
Yes, sir.
Friends, one thing you remember, no question is idiotic, no answer is stupid. Everything is good. So you can ask me, why do you want cybersecurity? Or you ask me any such stupid question, I'm ready to answer. Because silence cannot be there. Yeah, someone.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, you can speak. Satnarayan, sir.
Sir, please,
Okay.
sir.
Can I speak now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
You see, I am IQAC coordinator of Chalapati Institute of Engineering.
Yes, sir. Yes,
It is like a session. What I notice, I want to bring it to notice of other people also. Sometimes the thing will be so tempting, but at the same time, if you use your common sense, you know that you are having a problem. One
Yes,
example I will give. For example, I got some scratches on my car. Let us say, everybody whoever is using car, whenever you are traveling in traffic, definitely somewhere some scratches will be there. Then what is the next thing is you want some magic type of thing, some spray type of thing or tube type of thing which you can apply so that it will vanish rather than going there and then spending a lot of money. For that, some people will advertise some component like say nano paint or something like that. So attractive. Some simple thing, they will post some very good photos. That photo before application, after application, both the thing. It will look so nice. But if you see how to buy that, some company, they will say, you have to pay some amount like that, it will be there. Then I got a doubt, if it is so useful product, why it is not available on Amazon or Flipkart or Snapdeal, other things and all. So this is happening for the last several months. I never dare to buy from that people, isn't it? If your product is really useful and if it is a very genuine product, it must be available on very safe and then secure sites like Amazon and Snapdeal. So people can use their brain whenever such products are advertised, whether why that is not available commonly in shops or in well-known things and all. So this is suggestion I want to give in this particular thing. And then one more thing, sir, one question is, even
yes,
when regular things are there, sometimes some how to select a particular thing, whether to click or not, whenever you are going to certain sites and all, that other say from either insurance or some health related thing, something like that and all will going on popping up. So the web people, why they don't do that, this particular thing and all, say I'm using Chrome or I'm using Edge. Those they don't have anything inbuilt. Why they are not doing? Why they are leaving the entire burden on us? I am as a user. That browser itself should have something, isn't it, to prevent this type of hackers? Can you enlighten on that?
yes, sir.
Why
Yes,
they
sir.
are not doing directly?
Wonderful question, sir. So the thing here is every browser, like you can go for Google Chrome or any browser to that matter. When we go in depth about that browser, because most of the time 99% of us will not be able to go in depth and analyze this browser security. But if you look at that browser security concept, it itself takes at least 4 hours to understand, because there are such security options where you can prevent any such option to have. See, for example, when you open some websites, it will say, it will ask a question, do you want to allow the cookies or not? So if you block the cookies, the website will not open. But if you allow the cookies along with content what we wanted, we don't know what exactly is coming in. It means uh, when you look at the security levels that are designed by the browser companies like Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, they have been designed in such a way that they can accept any severity of any kind of risk levels. You can put your risks at a very low level, you can put your risk at a very high level, because it's again at the end user perspective, sir. If you go to corporate companies, if you will look at them, I cannot even use a proper Google, I cannot use Facebook, nor even I can open Gmail, because the kind of browser security and the web security they have modified is at a very high security that I cannot even search what I want. But in a normal way, in our college life or in our day-to-day life, we don't bother about, because if we block all those things, I mean, just imagine if I block entire Facebook thing for one day, or if Facebook stops working for one day, like how TikTok has stopped. I mean, many people will run around mad hospitals. The only thing is browsers are built in with a lot of security features, but again, they left the option to the users to what sort of security you want to use. You want to put it at a higher security, we can give you the best security. We will not allow even a single cookie to download. We will not allow even your location to be tracked. Nothing. That's what, if you remember, sir, Sundar Pichai happened to sit in US consulate, I mean, US court last year. He gave the same explanation to panel of 4 judges in USA, and after 1 hour of answer continuously, that's when they got convinced and they said Google has nothing to do with these security issues. Sundar
See,
has to
okay.
give wonderful
Uh-huh.
explanation on this.
Okay, so we have to, individual has to
Exactly, sir.
change the settings.
Exactly. I mean, like it's available on Google. If you go to settings, it will prompt you like what sort of security you would like to maintain. You want to allow everything, risk, medium, high. If you put it on high, trust me, at times even Rediff mail will also not open. And you will get into a different state of website called HTTPS, which is highly secured.
Then excuse me, sir, for
Yes, sir.
interrupting.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I understand, and this is very well known from so many other security level we can set. But will it affect from academic or from institutions point of view? Because either as a faculty or students and all will be getting from many universities and all
True, sir.
free online courses like that.
True, sir.
For that, if we keep our security very high, very high security level in our browser,
right, sir. Right, sir.
whether we are going to lose something.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. The reason, I'll tell you what you will lose when you put at the security risk at high. I mean, like, don't allow anything. If you found something malicious or malware kind of, don't allow. Or if you found this website is insecure, don't allow. Then automatically, when your security system is set at very high, not normal, then you will not be able to open many of the website. To that extent, if you look at many of our personal websites or college websites, they will not open in every computer. Many people called me and said, Karthik, your website is not opening on my computer. When I asked them what is the level of security you kept on your computer, they said it's at a very high security. That means that way it has been designed, the kind of security protocols that are involved in that website are not so secured. So if you install Quick Heal antivirus on your computer, it will identify some of the website and it will say, I cannot open this website because it is still insecure. If I open, you'll get virus. So for that reason, what we do, we will leave every security to a very low level, let anything come in and go. The only option what we can do is having licensed version of Windows, having licensed version of Microsoft Office, having a licensed updated antivirus, having licensed internet security. If you have all these protections in place, which are properly licensed and authorized, then there is a high rate of reducing the risk levels up to 80% to 85%, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. I think let other
yes, sir.
speakers.
So, yes, sir. Quickly, we have some questions on the chat box. So, do we need to have an antivirus in our system? Absolutely, Mr. Vishal. We need to have that because if you want your data or mobile or device to be secured, there is nothing other than a better antivirus. Rather, you can buy an internet security which comes with antivirus, as I was just telling. So that is more suggested. And Shweta Sri says, I want to learn cybersecurity and I completed one NPTEL course. Wonderful. Can you please tell me where to start and learn? Just start from the scratch. You have a lot of options, Shweta. I mean, like you can definitely look into online courses like Udemy, Coursera, and all this. Or if you want to have more details, I've dropped in my official email ID. You send me an email like what you want to do in cybersecurity. Again, it's a very huge world, like what I have shown. It's a very huge world. Explore on Google what is there in cybersecurity and where you want to go: forensic, hacking, web database management, web management, etc., etc. And then ask me, I'll tell you that. And then, sir, exact difference between Pentester and ethical hacker. Simple, sir. Pentester is nothing but who is responsible in identifying the security vulnerabilities, the risks, flaws, everything. But ethical hacker is, again, they'll also do the same vulnerability and fix it. But the way, the approach, what they have in terms of pen testing is totally different. Ethical hacker will have some ready-made tools, but pen tester, they will make their own tools, right? And then how to know the info is fake or real? It's a common sense. As just now our sir was talking about, if you trust the website, you open it and download. If you trust the Amazon app, then only you are able to buy the things. When you don't trust it, how will you buy it? So never ever try to buy something from an unknown website or unwanted website or an app. If you feel like, okay, this is a trustable email, I see that this website is, of course, every idiotic website looks very realistic, but that's a different thing. But still, if you're not getting the product for Amazon, try it in Flipkart or Mantra, or go to a realistic, on a nearby store, but do not go to a website where it will smell very odd. I don't have the time, but I would have shown, even if you go to Google and find out how to check the digital security certificate of a website, it will help you to understand what is the security website certificate, because that cannot be faked out. The moment it is launched, it will give you the security risk. And can we set the resource materials and session decks? Resource materials and session decks for what, sir? Can you elaborate it? And how can we handle the risks coming from mails or etc.? That's what I said. Look at the subject line. If you're a boy, some girl has sent the name very nicely asking you to come for a cup of coffee, don't go. It's a fraud. If you're a girl, if you got something like shop this, especially women, don't run behind offers. If they say like buy 3 get 6 for free, then you are gone. Don't run behind offers, and don't spin every wheel what you see on the online, right? And then what is the best antivirus to PC? I suggest Quick Heal or McAfee is good. Again, every antivirus will not allow everything to open, right? So we have one last 2 minutes. So some members of cybersecurity persons, like you said, that we should not use antivirus. Who said that? Like antivirus is like a shield that are using on your computer. I don't know what you heard from them, but when you don't use an antivirus, how is your system going to be secure? It's like leaving your doors open and then sleeping inside the house. Okay, do not do that. Have your, see, even my mobile has got a licensed antivirus, and every day it runs the scan and it cleans the things. So do not try to do this. So guys, since the time is running short, I have dropped in my email ID on the chat window. Again, I'm typing it here. It's not my personal, but it's my official email ID. Any questions can be dropped to this email ID, info@k3consultants.com, or CEO at k3consultants.com. So write your mails, just mention on the subject line that you're from so-and-so college. I should be able to help you with this. So again, thank you so much to the management of Chalapati Institutions, and I'm really happy that I've been interacting with you all today. And thanks for this opportunity, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your wonderful speech. And with this, we have concluded our guest talk. So already the next session details, session 1 and session 2 details are posted in the NCRACSE group. So all of you can see your session, and you can join in that session, and the session will start at 11:15 a.m. We have another 10 more minutes, and you can join over there. And thank you one and all.
Thank you all. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Satyanarayan, sir, I will send you, sir, that session details to join. You, if you are interested, you can join, sir.